Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a quick flip through of this mini fairy journal. I mentioned it in a previous video. I just wanted to make something a little bit different, simple. I used a piece of packaging, so this was a box that my husband was going to throw away. It had some fishing line in it. And I'll show you that picture at the end of the video of what the packaging really was, because sometimes seeing that helps us to be inspired with what we could create. Like if you're looking through your stuff, it might not occur to you, the same things might not pop out at you. So I thought I'd show you the box as well. So this is also, as I mentioned, going to be a giveaway on my channel. So today is Friday, August the 5th. I will be doing the drawing a week from today on Friday, August the 12th. So in order to qualify for the drawing, you need to be a subscriber on the channel. And you also, I would like you to leave a comment about what kind of content you would like to see on the channel. We just hit 1,700 subscribers, so the channel is back up and going. I had a little bit of a lag because of COVID and just circumstantial stuff that I wasn't producing as much content as on a regular basis on the same kind of schedule. So 1,700, that's huge. Like, it just seemed like it was yesterday and we were 1,500. So I do want you to be a public subscriber. Leave a comment. So let me know if you want to see more detailed junk journal construction, if you want to see me use more junk in my journals, if you want to see me create a particular theme of journal. As I mentioned in other giveaways, I don't do anything dark. I won't do anything dark. So if you make a suggestion and it's something that I'm not comfortable with, I would just let you know that. But please put your thoughts out there. It's very meaningful to me. I do this for you, and I would not be here if it weren't for my subscribers and those of you who faithfully encourage and watch and all of that. So that's the criteria. So so let's just take a look at this. So it's just a very small, let me get my ruler here and like give you some measurements here. So this is a 1-inch spine, and I did it with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. The cover is actually a page from what was this paper? I don't even remember what this paper was. It'll come to me as I flip through. It's been a while since I touched this, so I apologize for that. So, yeah, I'll have to link it because I didn't even make note of it, but it is a digital. So I printed one page of the digital on canvas paper. This is inkjet canvas paper. So I don't know if you guys can see that textured look. So that's canvas, and it goes really great into an inkjet printer, and it is fantastic. So I kept the cover really simple, nothing on the back, and then I did just add this little charm, and this is some seam binding that I dyed a while ago. So let's just unwrap her a little bit here. So I used that window that was in the fishing line box to create this little bit here, which I just love. And then I lined the inside with the same paper that is on the cover, but it's just the regular paper, not the canvas paper. So let's go ahead and look. I'm going to move this just a little bit closer while we're getting into the close-up area here. Let me measure this really quick. I believe it was, okay, so just under 4 inches by 4 1/4. So not quite squared. I did trim it off and do various things because there were certain ways that I wanted to use the paper, and so I had to kind of fuss with that. So here we go. So in this front cover, I created a little bit of an envelope flip. So these are just tiny envelopes from my stash, and this is not a belly band. It's just decorative in nature. And we've got a little bit of we've got a little circle journal card in there, and then we've got another journal card in here, like so. And again, I will I'll link the digital in the description box and over on the blog. So, and then it flips, so it flips up and then it flips out. And so then I just created, this is just visually pleasing here, and then I just created a little cluster here. And then this is an adorable page from the kit. So obviously when you create a mini journal, you have to shrink your pages. So I believe I did most of these at 50%. So that means printing 2 to a page. And that's how I get the smaller size. The background papers you don't have to really worry about so much as the actual prints. So there we go. And then we've got, this is one of the ephemera pieces. It's just a little jar, and I've got a little journal card in there. This is a piece of, oh, what do they call this? It's like a handmade paper, but it's, you buy it. I didn't make it. It always slips my mind what that's called. It'll probably come to me. A little bit of a writing space. This was just in my scrap stash, just a little bit of a tab thing out of Sari Silk. And then we've got a belly band here with a journal, with 2 journal cards, bonus. And we've got, I just put a little quote here, here there be fairies. I am a fairy lover, so I really want to do a full-on fairy journal with a very complex mixed media cover, but that's going to have to come later. I have too many wants and too many dreams on my list right now, so that's printed on vellum. That's a page from the kit as well. And then this can be written on the back. And as you can see, I did do a lot of stitching around the pages. And so then we've got, oh, this is a hidden journaling spot, just a little mini one. Let me grab that here. Sometimes they're hard to get out the very first time when you're messing around, but so you've got journaling space on the front and the back. I do these in most of my journals. I love them. You can check out the channel if you want to see how to make them. I've got many of these on the channel. I'll try to remember to link some of the tutorials of the things I actually made in here. So on this one we have, I took, so this is a piece of mixed media paper. It's a copy of my own mixed media paper that I made. And I did a little cluster here. Just, isn't that just adorable? So this is what happens when you shrink it. I think this one was printing 4 to a page, this little stamp. Really adorable. And then another image from the kit, and that it flips out like that. It's actually was supposed to be a door, but the doors were too big. The door shape was too big for this journal, so I just improvised and made it what I wanted it to be. And so it's just kind of a flip out. It's actually glued on the back of another page. Got a little pocket here, just a little journal card. Little cute little fairy. Lace on the page. This is coffee dyed paper from my stash. Another cluster. Another side pocket. A couple of journaling cards. Actually, I used 2 kits in this journal now that I'm looking at it. I will link them both. And then we've got a pocket here with just another card. So this is again another one of the doors, and I wanted to use it, so I just cut it down to fit. And there we go. And that's where that other piece was glued on. And then we've got a little flippy pocket here with a journal card. Is there 2? Oh, there is 2. Sweet. Oh, come on. I'm not feeling well. Not last night, but the night before, or the morning before, yesterday morning, I woke up with some kind of I have a pinched nerve in my neck, and so I must have slept wrong, and so I've got muscle spasms and stuff in my back, and so it's hard to breathe. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but it's getting a little bit better, but it is pretty intense. So then, and this is just a tab that I cut with one of my punches. Let me show you that punch, because I use it often, and I don't think I've ever really showed it. So I like to make tabs with this punch, because you can have it be a tab that you fold this way, long ways, and put it on as a pull or a tab, or you can do it the way that I did it here. And it's really nifty and really cool, and you can make them out of your scraps of the paper that you're using for whatever project you're on. And then here's another, this is the other half of that vellum page, and I just made a little, I kept it long, folded it over to create this pocket. And then great little writing space, another tab, a little bit of seam binding rather. That's not Sari Silk, that's seam binding. Writing space, this can actually be written on as well. If you guys know what this is called, you can let me know. I never can remember, and I need to write it down because it's one of those things that falls out of my brain routinely. just a little bit of a stamp here with a little bit of sari silk underneath it. More writing space and some funky stitching. That stitching, I don't know what I was thinking when I did that stitching. It's kind of odd, but I created this about a week ago, so I don't remember everything. It's 2 signatures. I forgot to mention that. Got this beautiful lace on the front of the second signature. And then again, writing space, writing space. This is from my stash of coffee dyed paper. Another page from the kit. More writing space. Another page of that. Yeah, I can't think of what it's called. I keep wanting to say vellum, but it's not vellum. Another little word magic, and then that scene is just so pretty. I love the roses, and I like the deep and rich colors. So, and then we've got that, and then we've got another one of the jars with a couple of little journaling cards. This is a page from the kit printed on vellum. A little bit of a sparkle prompt there. And then I just used my circle punch and just created a little circle and made it into a tuck spot. Pretty nifty. I love these blingy bits on the top here. Focus. Oh goodness. There we go. So, and then more writing space. Obviously, when this happens, you would probably have to take this out to write in it, because this is, this isn't coffee dyed. This is that 3M masking paper that I've talked about in other videos. Somebody gave it to me, my neighbor gave it to me, and I love using it for pages in a journal. I also love using it to back things like back tags and stuff like that, because it doesn't add bulk, because you can see how thin it is, and it's got that crackly sound. Another pocket, whimsical, a couple of journaling cards here. This is just an offcut from that mixed media paper copy that I used in the journal. Another bit of lace, another pocket, a couple of little cards. I love fairies, you guys. Sometime I'll have to show you my fairy houses. My husband built fairy houses outside, and they're pretty grungy right now because they've been out in the weather, but I hope to restore them and make them beautiful again. But I have the original photos from when we made it, and they're just so adorable. So just took a piece of lace. This is coffee dyed lace from my stash, or it was actually a garment, like a dress that I purchased at Goodwill for like next to nothing, and I coffee dyed the whole thing. So just made a little bit of a veil there. And then we've got more writing paper. This is the 3M masking paper, more vellum, more writing space, and then that other unnamed paper again. And isn't that image just beautiful? Oh, I love it. And then more writing space, more writing space, one more tuck. This is actually in the kit. It's on one of the ephemera pieces. I had to cut it way down to make it work, but then we've got a couple of little tags in there. And we're almost done. This is the coffee dyed paper, one more pocket with a journal card, and that is it. Didn't put anything in the front and back cover because you can see it's pretty bulky right now, so that's why I didn't do that. But anyway, so again, drawing will be on 8/12. Be a subscriber, leave a comment about what you'd like to see on the channel, throw all your ideas at me. I would love to hear them, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye bye.